Chapter 041, just after walking into the office. Seeing Bai Wanyi and Tang Yu together, his eyes instantly locked on Tang Yu. This bastard. How to be with Bai Wanyi. Noticed Ye Chen's eyes, and Tang Yu coughed dryly as if he didn't see it. Now what do you do? By staring at your brother, thinking that your brother and you robbed Bai Wanyi. Special dead stallion. The beauty of the whole world is yours, right? Bai Wanyi raised her eyebrows, turned around, and glared at Tang Yu fiercely. What is this guy muttering? Then she looked at Ye Chen and asked, "What's wrong? Are you here to report the crime?" "No." Ye Chen's face was slightly embarrassed, and he said with a bitter smile, "I came to visit a friend of mine, and he was arrested by you." "Ha ha, a murderer friend of mine." Tang Yu silently gloated on the side. "Who is your friend?" After hearing Tang Yu's heart, Bai Wanyi's good impression of Ye Chen disappeared in an instant. Playing with criminals? What else can there be besides garbage? Ye Chen saw Bai Wanyi's cold eyes, and he was about to vomit blood in his heart. He said a little depressed, "It's called Dragon's Tooth, as a pickup master." He naturally knew that his behavior today was taboo, and it was easy to attract Bai Wanyi's disgust. But if something happened to Dragon Tooth, he couldn't ignore it as the leader of the Dragon Soul organization. If this matter is not handled well, the Dragon's Tooth will have to be reincarnated. What will the people of the organization think of themselves then? What happened when I returned to China and sent a brother to serve the Buddha first? Sure enough, Bai Wanyi's impression of Ye Chen fell to the bottom after hearing the name Dragon Tooth. She looked at Ye Chen with an unkind face and said, "What is your relationship with him?" "He is now a suspect." "He is my employee, and I am the boss of Longchen Group." Ye Chen also had to reveal his identity. Bai Wanyi was not shocked by this. She was not interested in these powers. "Even if you are the Emperor Laozi, you have to follow the rules," she said in a cold tone. "The nature of the things he committed is quite bad, and he's not accepting visits at this time. You go back." Ye Chen was a little anxious when he heard this. He pointed at Tang Yu and said, "Officer Bai, I have to explain to you, if Dragon Tooth really breaks the law, I will be the first to stand up and report him. But this time, he is innocent. He has only taken over the Bright Moon Hotel for a few days. The previous owner of Mingyu Hotel was this Tang Deshao, and he is the one you should arrest." Tang Yu's eyes widened, and he wondered, "What's the matter with me? I didn't participate again. Officer Bai has already finished investigating, and I am innocent." "Ganlin Yang, what happened to Guanlin Bei?" "Stupid Dragon King. Don't throw the pot at Lao Tzu. Lao Tzu didn't kill in the hotel. If you want to catch it, you should also catch you. You lustful worm will only eat rice expensive. Damn, speaking of them wearing a pair of pants. Bai Wanyi, this stinky woman, don't really help frame me, right?" After hearing Tang Yu's heart, Bai Wanyi really wants to beat this bastard. What does it mean to wear a pair of pants with him? I haven't known him for a long time, right? Framed an innocent person, which she would not do to kill her. She looked at Ye Chen and said angrily, "I don't need you to teach me how to do things. Now the legal person and person in charge of the hotel is Dragon Tooth, and I caught him. You are his boss, which means that Bright Moon Hotel is your property, and it just so happens that you are also ready to be investigated." Ye Chen's face turned green with anger. What kind of logic is this? In order to hide his identity, the legal person and shareholders of Longchen Group are not him, right? Had she not been chosen as his harem? Ye Chen really wanted to teach her to be a person at this time. Her own woman just needs to obey herself. What is the use of such a thing as integrity? Lying groove, isn't this plot quite right? Bai Wanyi seems to look at him unfavorably. No, Ye Chen should have brushed it all at this time. This kid deliberately went to grab pickpockets to make the first meeting. I also ran to buy a bag of plastic bottles, saying that I helped the old lady pick up the waste. These two waves of good feelings brushed down. Bai Wanyi should have been screaming in her heart to fall in love with him. Hey, sure the plot has collapsed again. If you are comfortable, quickly arrest him, Officer Bai. It's a pity that a man like him who goes to prison doesn't go in. Tang Yu was eating melons on the side, and he almost didn't call the two to fight. People have sorrow and joy, and cows and horses decorate life. Sure enough, magic must be used to defeat magic. Bai Wanyi's eyes were gloomy. Even the original chance encounter was deliberately created by this guy named Ye Chen. This man, really disgusting. Officer Bai, I can cooperate with you to accept the investigation, and the cleanser will clear himself. But the person you should really investigate is this Tang Deshao. I suspect that he maliciously sold the hotel at a low price in order to plant blame for my friend. The valuation of the Bright Moon Hotel should be about 20 billion, and he sold it to Dragon's Tooth for 5 billion, which is the best evidence. Ye Chen endured his anger and pointed at Tang Yu. Depend, can you make a face? If you hadn't let Dragontooth come to my hotel to make trouble, why would I sell it so cheaply? Speaking of Dragon Teeth taking human lives to plant brothers, you have at least 89% credit, right? Tang Yu just wanted to refute, but Bai Wanyi had already taken the lead. Can't people have money in their families? He bought the hotel to confess to his girlfriend. Ye Chen suddenly trembled with anger. His hands and feet were cold on a hot day. He recalled the humiliating scene in the hotel that day. Bai Wanyi snorted coldly and stopped saying anything more to Ye Chen. She listened to her heart for a long time and had already determined that Ye Chen was definitely not a good bird. If the hotel murder is related to him, then I don't mind arresting him with my own hands and sending him to prison. She turned her head to look at Tang Yu and said softly, Tang Yu, thank you for cooperating with the investigation today. You should go back to rest so late. Please eat next time. After listening to her heart for a long time, she had already determined that Tang Yu was innocent, and he immediately emailed himself when he found a clue to the crime. What does this mean? He considers himself worthy of unconditional trust. Otherwise, he would not have given such an important clue to himself. It is a joy to be trusted. Huh? Nay, Tang Yu looked confused. Lying Groove, what is your situation? Why was he suddenly so gentle with Lao Tzu? Stop. Don't do it to me, Asasi. It's not you. Calm down. What kind of temper do you have? Ye Chen on the side was already bruised on his forehead. Bai Wanyi, she actually has such a gentle attitude towards this guy. The attitude towards himself, but indifferent to the same as seeing the enemy. He stared at Tang Yu with resentment in his eyes, and his heart was full of hatred. At this time, the office doors pushed open from the outside. An extremely beautiful woman walked in from outside the door, followed by bodyguards and lawyers. It was no one else who walked in. It was Su Muyu. Seeing Su Muyu walk in, Ye Chen, who was still angry just now, instantly felt better, even a little touched. This girl, all kinds of mouths away from herself. But when she was really in trouble, she came anyway. Is worthy of being the woman you fancy. He smiled wickedly at the corner of his mouth and said, Muyue, you come. Are you all right? Without waiting for him to finish, Su Muyue walked up to Tang Yu and said softly and caringly, Chapter 42. She just worked overtime at the company. After getting the land west of the city, there were too many things to do. The secretary suddenly told her that something had happened to the hotel in the month. She knew that Tang Yu was the owner of Mingyu Hotel and immediately called Tang Yu after checking the news. After hitting and no one answered, she contacted Tang's father again, only to learn that Tang Yu was no longer at home, and said what to go to find a prison to sit, only to find that this guy came here. It's nothing, just come and cooperate with Officer Bai's investigation, Tang Yu said expressionlessly. Damn, don't you come over. Don't stimulate the Dragon King anymore. Look at his face. Give brother a little space. Otherwise this dog thing will come to knife me tonight. He had already seen Ye Chen's pig-liver-colored face with his afterlight. This awkward scene. Tang Yu wanted to use his toes to help him cut out a Dragon King haul on the ground. Sumuyu also glanced at it with afterlight after hearing Tang Yu's heart, saw Ye Chen's gloomy and resentful face. She found this person more and more annoying. He really thinks that he is interesting to him, right? Neuropathy. After thinking about it, she simply grabbed Tang Yu's arm and said, It's okay, then let's go home. Tang Yu's eyes widened, and he just wanted to shout for help. Lying Groove, why did you come to this trick again? Don't be like this teacher, Wang. I'm still a child of more than 100 pounds. It's not suitable. Ye Chen was already clenched with his fists at this moment, and his nails were almost piercing into his flesh. The woman you like, how can you be so intimate with others in front of yourself? What the hell was she thinking? Is she really not interested in me? Should not, her eyes will not deceive myself. Tang Yu just wanted to pull his arm out and quickly leave this place of right and wrong. Someone walked in from outside the office. This time came in again a stunning beauty. Wang Yixue, who was in a hurry, frowned and walked in. After seeing that Tang Yu was fine, her face instantly changed into a bright smile. Tang Yu, are you all right? I heard that the owner of the hotel had been arrested, which shocked me. She also just got the news, so she quickly ran to the Chengxi branch to see this guy. But what she didn't expect was that Su Muyue was here, and still holding his own little Tang Yu's arm. What does she mean? Hasn't this woman looked at her baby in 3 years? Noticing Wang Yixue's eyes, Su Muyue quickly became alert. She knew that Wang Yixue was Tang Yu's ex-girlfriend. Women are quite sensitive to this kind of thing in their ex, not to mention that the other party is still a big beauty who does not lose to himself. The two looked at each other, and the temperature of the entire room seemed to drop in an instant. Wang Yixue took the lead. She sneered and looked at Su Muyue and said, "Yo, isn't this Miss Su? Our first iceberg beauty in Suhang still has such an active side. I thought you didn't like men." "Does this have anything to do with you?" Su Muyue retorted unceremoniously, hugging Tang Yu's arm tightly. "In a lying groove, what are you doing?" "Stop. Don't quarrel for a handsome guy like me. I'll be sad." "Oh no, don't do this in front of the Dragon King." "Can you still make my brother happy?" Seeing the two women meeting like water and fire, Tang Yu was completely stupid. He had long heard that the relationship between the two women did not get along, and it rarely appeared on one occasion. "But you can't get along. Why are you still involved with me?" He just wanted to slip away, when Wang Yixue had already come up and hugged his other arm. She squinted at Su Muyue and said, "You hold my boyfriend's hand. Why is it okay with me?" "If you really like handsome guys, I can introduce you to a few. Just don't harass my baby." Your boyfriend?" Miss Wang is indeed quite thick-skinned, and she calls someone else's fiancé a boyfriend? Su Muyu's momentum is not inferior to Wang Yixue, and her eyes are full of hostility. "Oh, he's your fiancé, so what do you know about him? Do you know what he likes to eat? What brand of cigarette is it? Prefer black or white silk? Can you answer it?" Wang Yixue scoffed at Su Muyue's words. "Fiancé?" She had heard Tang Yu muttering in her heart, saying that he would withdraw from the marriage. Based on her guess about the woman, must have felt that the licking dog that had licked himself for 3 years had disappeared, and he felt very uncomfortable, so he wanted to get it back. "Oh, how could my sister give you such an opportunity?" Su Muyue was really choked. She couldn't answer at once. "Is it important to know this? He likes me. The whole Suhang knows that he likes me, and he gave me a birthday party a few days ago." Su Muyue decided to amplify the move to counterattack. No matter how beautiful and goddess a woman is, she has a hand in same-sex palace fighting, and she is no exception. Sure enough, Wang Yixue was instantly a little angry, even wanted to give Tang Yu a few beatings. This guy, isn't it not interesting to her? What happened to that birthday party the other day? She was ready for bed at home, and she was angry enough to see it. So she gritted her teeth and simply pulled out her phone. "Special, you want to show affection with the old lady?" The old lady let you see what it is to show affection. Tang Yu's face changed instantly when he saw her movements. He just wanted to stop Wang Yixue's crazy move. Bai Wanyi had already slapped the table and said with an annoyed face, "Okay, you guys don't argue here. I still have to work. Get out quickly." Bai Wanyi and Su Muyue's 2 daughters have a very good relationship, and both girls are her high school girlfriends. I saw 2 girlfriends arguing because Tang Yu was here. She is also very irritable. "Special, your circle is really messy." Bai Wanyi was angry, and Tang Yu quickly dragged the 2 women out of the office. Ye Chen, who was standing on the side, his face was already uglier than eating a dead fly. "2 women you like. Actually fought in front of yourself, but that man was not yourself?" When he walked out of the office, the 2 women still put their arms around him like gambling. So the single dogs of the Xiongxiu precinct received 10,000 critical hits. Special, 2 beautiful women serving one. "Who is this person to send? Can you arrest it?" "Shh, that's Tang Xiao of the Tang family. Does Su Hang's first licking dog know? Lick dogs, lick everything. Damn, I'll be licking it too." Tang Yu heard 2 licking dogs from time to time, and almost didn't go back to hit people. "Special, you are the licking dogs. Lao Tzu hates the dog the most." After walking out of the west branch of the city, Tang Yu looked at the 2 women helplessly. "Are you trying to rip me in half and bring me back? Then you let her go first." Wang Yixue hummed. "Why should I come first?" Su Muyue snorted coldly, resolutely, not giving in. "And don't be so naive, okay? Is this still your character?" "Hurry up and let go, brother. You guys should grab toys." "Even if the brother's a toy, there's only one, not enough for you to share." Tang Yu looked pained with a hint of joy. They held their hands very tightly, and there was a soft and fluffy fast fall. Chapter 43. Fortunately, at this time, a Maybach drove up to a stop in front of them. After the door opened, Qinming walked down from the car. Seeing Tang Yu being held by the arms of the two women, he suddenly looked surprised, wondering if he hadn't woken up. Rub, big brother, you are. Qinming was a little eager to speak. What is the situation here? Su Muyue and Wang Yixue, two beautiful women who are famous and proud in the circle, actually held the hand of their eldest brother together? Rub, big brother, when did you start playing this hard? Seeing Qinming coming, the two women were also embarrassed to be so aggressive anymore, and they all let go of Tang Yu at the same time. They're doing truth or dare. Tang Yu smiled awkwardly and tried to gloss it over. Yeah? Qinming's eyes were a little playful. As a veteran of the flower bush, he knew these things too well. Then he quickly asked with concern, Big brother, are you okay? I heard something happened to your hotel. It's okay. I just sold the hotel to someone else the other day. Tang Yu shook his head. That's good. Big brother's luck keeps him safe. Let's go have a drink to celebrate. Qinming smiled and walked over to hug Tang Yu, and then noticed Su Muyu and Wang Yixue staring at him with murderous eyes. Last time he took Tang Yu to the Galaxy Club. Both women remembered it. Wang Yixue directly made a gesture of wiping her neck with her hand as a warning. If she brought her own little Tang Yu to that kind of chicken nest again, she would have to kill this kid. Enchanting and cheap goods, all of them better stay away from her man. After the two women warned Qinming with their eyes, they said goodbye to Tang Yu and left. As soon as they left, Tang Yu quickly lit a cigarette to suppress the shock. Qinming smiled and squatted next to Tang Yu. Big brother, your Yanfu is really not shallow. You think this is a good thing? Tang Yu gave him a glare. As a villain who wants to stay safe until the finale, keeping a low profile is king. Qinming just smiled and didn't say anything more. Of course he thought it was a good thing. After Tang Yu finished smoking, he got up with a tired face. Big brother, then, if there's nothing else, I'll go back and rest first. I've been tired and restless lately. Haven't slept well and have nightmares every night. All right, go back and rest. Tang Yu nodded, feeling warm inside. Knowing that he rushed over as soon as something happened, this brother was indeed reliable. Just as he was about to leave, he suddenly stopped and looked back at Qinming with a frown. You've been sleeping poorly and having nightmares. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Don't tell me I have kidney deficiency. Qinming smiled bitterly. Tang Yu frowned even deeper and said, Take a few days to go out and relax. Forget it, I'm too lazy to go out. I'll just go home and sleep. Qinming waved his hand and got in the car, driving away. After Qinming left, Tang Yu returned to his car, took out another cigarette, and lit it. The reason for Qinming's physical discomfort he already knew. This was part of the Qin family's plot in the original novel. Qinming was unwell because the feng shui of the Qin family's old mansion had gone wrong. The root of the problem was a jade Buddha that Qinming bought a week ago. That jade Buddha had been tampered with by Ye Chen. After Qinming brought it home, the feng shui treasure land of the Qin family turned into a cursed place. When the Qin family was in crisis, Ye Chen came to their aid. In the end, the Qin family worshipped him like a god. Qin Kexin, the eldest lady of the Qin family, also developed strong feelings for him and fell into his hands step by step. This kind of plot, although it looks a little ridiculous, it was completely standard for urban, cool novels. Pretend face-slapping, collecting power and collecting beauties, stacking rewards until they couldn't carry anymore. Just as Tang Yu was recalling this plot, the system notification sound suddenly rang. Hey ding, the host has successfully survived the City West Precinct plot. Reward: complete cultivation of the ancient martial art Yin Yang Wuji Gong, usable once. Tang Yu was stunned for a moment, and then immediately cursed out loud. You dog system. Why are your rewards always single use? Why don't you give me a disposable chopstick next time too? According to the system's description, once the Yin Yang Wuji Gong was fully cultivated, it could temporarily double the user's strength output. It was absolutely a top-tier reward. But the usable once condition was so frustrating. Poof. Because the host did not perfectly complete the plot and triggered additional hatred from Dragon King Ye Chen. The system explained. Tang Yu suddenly had a black line across his forehead. He wanted to complete it perfectly, but the whole world was full of two-faced traitors. Chapter 44. Dragontooth's legs went limp, and he nearly fell off the chair. 20 years? The Dragon Soul Organization's 8th war general, known as Old Eight, locked up in a place like this for 20 years? At this moment, he suddenly regretted coming to Huaxia. Damn it, why did I have to mess with that damn hotel? I'll keep looking for a way. Don't worry, maybe you'll be out soon. Ye Chen comforted him. Once he controlled all of Suhang, getting someone out of prison would be easy. The 4 major families had already started to slowly draw back into their shells. Although there were a few hiccups in the plan to control the Wang family, it was still under control. The Chin family's side was also going smoothly. Results would be evident soon. As for the Tang family, he had Qian and several other chess pieces planted there. Just a little more time, and they'd be under his thumb too. Once the three families were dealt with, it would be easy to swallow up the Su family, which had the weakest influence. All in all, victory was within his grasp. Before fully controlling Su Heng, he'd just have to let Dragontooth suffer for now. Dragontooth sighed, "Yi Shao, then I'll be troubling you. I hope I can come out soon and serve you as before, eating those little burgers I made with my own hands again." Ye Chen smiled, gave him a firm look, and stood up to leave the visitation room. Antique Street, Dabao Lu an antique shop called Dabao Lu, one of the largest and most famous in Suhang, and also a Tang family property. The manager of the shop was Zhao Gaoshan, a veteran employee of the Tang family. He had been working at this antique shop since he was young and had over 30 years of experience. Whether it was in skill, knowledge, or loyalty, he was someone the Tang family deeply trusted. Tang Xiao, here are the account books. This is last month's revenue flow. Business has been pretty good the last few months. Zhao Gaoshan handed the ledger to Tang Yu with both hands. Even though times had changed, antique shops still preferred to use physical ledgers to record their accounts. All right, good job. Tang Yu nodded and smiled, flipping through the ledger casually. But after flipping just 2 pages, he suddenly looked up toward the entrance. 2 figures, a man and a woman, had walked into the store. Tang Yu immediately closed the ledger, ducked behind a display shelf, and turned his back so as not to be recognized. The 2 who walked in were Ye Chen and Qin Kekshan. Qin Kekshan, as the eldest daughter of the Qin family, was a renowned beauty in Suhang. But today, she looked visibly haggard, like a rose that had started to wilt. Why? Because the Qin family had been experiencing bizarre occurrences recently. No one could sleep well. Everyone had nightmares, and after waking, many began suffering from strange physical ailments. Even the family's servants and bodyguards were frightened enough to resign and leave. Yet once they left the Qin residence, their symptoms disappeared. This made the entire Qin family suspect that their home's feng shui had gone wrong. That's why she came to Antique Street, to see if she could find anything to improve feng shui. But of course, this chance meeting with Ye Chen had been carefully orchestrated. As a Dragon King, Ye Chen was either picking up girls or on his way to pick up girls. "Miss Qin, I do know a bit about feng shui and metaphysics. If you really want to fix the feng shui at your home, I'm afraid nothing in these antique shops will help," Ye Chen said with a tone of casual confidence. Qin Kekshan looked at him in surprise. "You know feng shui too?" She hadn't known him for long. They'd first met when a snake mysteriously crawled into her home. She'd screamed, and Ye Chen Hu was patrolling nearby, came running, removed the snake, and became her hero. "Yes," Ye Chen smiled with a hint of arrogance. "I have many skills. Being a security guard was just something I did temporarily to get by." "Yeah, right. The only skill you have is picking up girls as a security guard. You threw that snake in there yourself so you could act like a hero. I've never seen anyone so shameless. The feng shui problems in the Qin household were caused by you, acting like you're helping? You should be filming dramas, not scamming people. You're building harems everywhere, and with how much you split your legs, why not just take up ballet?" Tang Yu silently spat in his heart from behind the display shelf. Qin Kekshan, who was scanning antiques nearby, suddenly heard a voice inside her head and froze. She looked around, but no one was speaking to her. Yet that voice sounded very familiar, like someone she'd known before. But more than that, what the voice said hit her like a truck. A snake incident was staged? Feng shui ruined on purpose? Her instincts told her. These words were aimed directly at Ye Chen beside her. She glanced at Ye Chen, suspicion flickering in her eyes. Could this smiling, seemingly harmless man really be the one behind it all? Or was she just hearing things from stress and exhaustion? Ye Chen, seeing her stare dazedly at him, thought, "She must be falling for my face again." His grin widened. "Miss Qin, judging by your energy, your home is being afflicted by negative forces. Ordinary antiques won't work. Fortunately," he said while reaching into his pocket, "I have here a talisman." He held up a yellow charm. I studied this for 3 months under a master. Wear it, and you'll be protected from evil spirits." Wow, 3 months? This charm looks like a 3-minute chicken scratch you made with red ink. The talisman has your blood in it. That's why it works. You're the source of the problem. You created the anger. Of course it won't attack you. You're playing both sides. A poor Chin Kexon being duped like this and still thinking you're her Prince Charming. When the voice echoed again, Chin Kexon's body tensed. This wasn't a hallucination. She could clearly hear these thoughts, but only she could. And the words? She clenched her fists quietly. If all of this is true, then don't blame me for being ruthless. But she wouldn't expose anything just yet. She needed proof.
Hey there, boys and girls. I am the story guy. Thanks for listening. The story doesn't end here. There's more to uncover, more secrets to expose, and more crazy stuff to share on the way. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss what happens next. We're just getting started.